Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Tim Stenevec, along with Carol Masser. Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Emily Grafeo with some stock movers. That was nice.
That was a nice sound effect.
It's for Emily. We really we adore.
Okay, so can I start with an index? Did you guys already talk about the Russell 2000?
She's like, wait, knucklehead.
You can do whatever you want.
It was up 2% today. That's not one of my movers.
Yeah. RTY.
But my goodness, yeah.
Tim talked about it a lot.
Okay, yeah. Just had to point that out because, if we're talking about big market moves, that was one that stood out. Mm-hmm. There were also some individual movers that stood out. I'm thinking specifically about Nvidia, ticker NVDA. It hit the lowest level since September 25th. So it has run up quite a bit this year, as we all know.
Yeah.
But this idea is now creeping into the market that maybe they're not going to be the leader in AI chips. The headline today on the Bloomberg terminal was all about the AI chip rivalry between Nvidia and Google. So we saw Google stock up, finishing the day up about 2%. And this is all coming after there was a report earlier that Meta was in talks to spend billions on Google's AI chips. So the wars are intensifying.
Another day, another AI narrative.
Yes.
Right?
The chip wars are heating up.
But I mean, Alphabet's been on a tear.
Yes, it has. It's outpacing Nvidia in terms of year-to-date gains, which you wouldn't expect because AI has been the big trade this year and Nvidia is the poster child. But obviously they had a very good 2024 as well. And then we also saw shares of Meta higher, also kind of related to that news of the AI.
So here's something market cap wise. Nvidia is at $4.3 trillion. Alphabet getting up to close to $4 trillion, $3.9 trillion.
Right.
And this year up
my
71%.
It just blows my mind, these trillion, dollar market cap.
$4 trillion. Yeah, it's wild.
It's just crazy. Hey, let's go to some of the after-hours stories as the retailers continue to report. Urban Outfitters, man, that one, ticker URBN, was moving in a big way.
Yeah, it's up right now about 12% in the post market. They reported net sales for the third quarter that beat estimates. It was $1.53 billion versus estimates of about $1.49. And then they're the parent company of a lot of clothing brands that I know, Tim Stenevec, you must know and love. Anthropology, Free People.
I love it.
Newly.
I used to, yeah.
I'm not. I don't know these.
You don't know Anthropology?
No, I know Anthropology, but I didn't. Yeah. Do they still have standalone stores?
They do.
Okay.
Anthropology or Urban Outfitters?
I know years ago. Well, no, Urban Outfitters does, but
Anthropology does.
Anthropology does. Okay. I actually was in one.
Rock Center has one.
I was in the Rock Center one last weekend.
I love that one. It's a really good one.
Yeah, they didn't have a ton of like apparel inventory. Sometimes you want to go into a store and you want to try on a pair of jeans, and then they only have like sequin skirts. But that's besides the point.
They have great napkins. There's a certain kind of napkin I've bought, and they're not inexpensive. So I wait for when they're on sale, but they're really nice and they last long.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're doing well.
I'm not endorsing, but I
no,
really
we're
like
not.
them.
We're not endorsing, but the Urban and Anthro divisions also beat on net sales. So overall, we had consumer sentiment data out today that was pretty bleak, but a lot of the earnings reports that we've gotten from these retailers have been solid, at least, just within the last 24 hours.
By the way, everybody needs a little sequins in their wardrobe.
Yeah, a little sequin skirt.
Who doesn't?
HPQ.
Yeah, HPQ.
This is a bit of a pivot. Yeah, printers. So HP Inc. ticker HPQ down about 5% in the after hours. The stock is already down 25% year to date. They missed earnings, and the company also said they plan to reduce headcount by about 4,000 to 6,000 by the end of fiscal 2028. The CFO saying during these earnings, we're trying to mitigate recent cost headwinds, and we're investing in AI initiatives like every other stock. So sometimes it's hard to tell. Does that CapEx and that investment, do the equity holders like it, or does it make them nervous that there's not going to be a return?
I don't know, but everybody's chasing it. Yeah. We shall see.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.